DNA ceramic or ADN ceramico.
ADN ceramico.
ADN ceramico has joined us. Thank you so much, Ana, for coming.
Thank you so much.
So DNA Ceramics is an initiative that was possible because of the World Design Capital, as I understand, and it basically what it does is that you have more than 150 ceramists as part of mapped with focusing on the region, but also on the Mediterranean heritage or the local heritage that put them together. Tell us a little bit about this project.
Vale, sorry that my English, I speak in Spanish.
We also understand a little bit of Spanish, so don't mind.
I know, I love telenovelas.
Exactly.
Vale. ADN Cerámico es un proyecto que se ha hecho gracias a la World Design Capital 2022.
ADN Cerámico is a project that has been possible thanks to World Design Capital Valencia 2022.
Y empieza para poner en valor la cerámica de nuestra región, porque nosotros tenemos más de 8.000 años antes de Cristo los primeros vestigios en cerámica.
So it starts to highlight the value of our ceramic industry in the Valencia region, which has a legacy or heritage of more than 8,000 years BC when it started in the region.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you are able to let me just.
Yeah.
Just speak in Spanish. We probably our audience, I'm sure, will understand.
No. Nosotros tenemos también fuimos en los siglos XIV y XV potencia mundial en cerámica, exportábamos cerámica a todo el mundo, tenemos una fuerte herencia cerámica, tenemos conocimiento, tenemos empresas, un clúster cerámico en Castellón y tenemos cuatro museos de cerámica, 7...
Wow.
Sí.
Only in Valencia.
Only in Valencia region,
four museums of ceramic. Okay, that's impressive.
7 ceramic schools, and very, very knowledge. But we have, I think that in the world is the same problem. We have the problem that the small atelier is a danger to disappear.
Yes.
Vale.
We also have this here, as you've seen probably in the concept store, also in the exhibitions, we have a lot of very good young ceramists in Romania, but we don't have this sort of association or the means to put them together, so we still don't have galleries specialized in ceramics. So a project such as yours, as DNA Ceramic, I think it's a very important one. As I understand from you, it also... you also have an open call, so people can apply, and then you have these masters, as you call them, or these specialists that say whether or not your practice is basically a professional one.
Yes, because for us it's very important to separate the hobby that the professional. But now ceramic is a fashion.
Yes, everybody does ceramic, especially from the pandemic.
But it's perfect. It's a good point, but it's dangerous because the storytelling is that ceramic is easy or is cute, but it's not only cute or easy or like a hobby. It's a profession. It's a job. It's very, very hard. It's very technique. And
you need to innovate to have new techniques, and also the research part, I suppose, is quite important, and I know that you try to focus on this.
Yes. We want to control the storytelling and say the ceramic is a job that works to future, not to the past, not to the melancholic age that ceramicists with apron. Not only that. We have ceramists that make utilitarian, but we have master, we have ceramistic that work with innovation and artists. It's very variety.
And it's not only about functional objects, because we tend to look at ceramic as like plates and what you drink your coffee in, but it's much more than that. It's also here in Bucharest, it's at the University of Applied Arts, and then it has a very conceptual approach. So it's not necessarily a functional utility sort of approach, but rather a more conceptual approach. Not necessarily, I think, research-based or with innovation in terms of new techniques or of technology involved and so on.
Sí, que no solamente que lo que estabas diciendo
okay. Yes. Claro, because for us it's relevant that people know the variety and the big context, ¿sabes?
And how diverse it is.
Yeah, diversity, yes.
And you will have 2 exhibitions?
Yes, we'll have 2 exhibitions and a meet with speaks about open innovation with Las Naves. Another project to a relation between ceramic and innovation. All time the focus is in the future, in innovation, not only. We love
to look at the heritage.
Yes, we love and we respect our master because
you learn a lot from them.
For obvious, vale, obvious. But the project puts the point of view is
to take the heritage
the future
and to put it.
Yes.
Because we were also talking earlier about the legacy of the program of World Design Capital, but it's also a matter of the legacy of these projects, like smaller projects that focus on, let's say, a certain domain or another, such as yours, as DNA ceramic. I think it's very important to not look at it only as an exhibition, but also to look at the future and to see how you can take the community of ceramists and what to do with them, what they need. Maybe they need networking, or maybe they need a dialogue, or maybe they need studio spaces.
Yeah, it's very, very important, the construction of community. Exactly. Because for us, it's a project that it's the community, the ceramic community is the pillar?
Yes.
Pillar?
Yeah. Very well. It's in every language, Spanish, Romanian, the same translation.
The community is our pillar, and we construct a symbol that send the new participant in the map, ADN Cerámico, and send them a symbol that put in their atelier, and all people are in
they are very proud
very
to be
proud
part of it.
For formar parte, belong
belonging to the project.
Yes, belong to the project. I think that for the community, waiting something like that, no? That put in the map and speak about
being part of something. I personally think that's one of the most important things. Even when we design, let's say Romanian Design Week, I think creative communities are an essential ingredient, because you can't be an island and do your practice by yourself. You should be part of a collective or of a broader dialogue or of a broader thing, because that gives you access to different ideas, and that makes you that keeps you curious and that makes you dialogue also creatively with other people. And I think that's essential also for let's say a professional community, but also for a bigger program such as yours. I think trying to look at it as an ecosystem and not as like different parts acting together, it's quite important. Also, the sum of it is always more important than the parts.
For that, we will do a meet and audiovisuals to talk about open innovation. That it's that, like how a ceramist can collaborate with another designer. But for example, in my case, I collaborate to do a piece of art with a musician. For example,
I wouldn't put ceramic with music together, but that sounds really interesting.
Yes, it's very interesting. It's for me and In this case, I work with Joan Cerveró, that it's a compositor.
Yes.
Vale. And I learned a lot about music.
Hopefully he also learned a lot about ceramics.
Yeah, of course. Yes, open innovation is to do that, ¿sabes? And to grow and crecer, ¿no?
Yes.
Grow
Both ways.
Yes.
And tell me a little bit about your practice, your personal practice.
My personal project.
Because I've seen it and it's amazing. And I really think I know you also, you're coming from an advertising sort of domain, and at one point you changed your career.
Life.
Okay. In your older life you were...
My other life. I work like my job as a creative in an advertising agency, but I have a year to rest. And in this case, the ceramic was a hobby for me, vale? But in 1 year, I practice, and changed the job, vale? And put all my energy to my projects on ceramics, and in Valencia it's very easy
because you have a lot of schools.
Learn ceramics, because there are a lot of schools, there are a lot of professionals that teach with monographics, because we have a lot of master, vale? For me, in a little bit poco tiempo, anytime, I grow and create a concept. For me, easy is create a brand, a concept. It's easy for me, but was
you
my
are also
job.
coming from advertising, so it's quite easy to understand the importance of the narratives and everything. But then it's difficult to master the techniques.
Yeah.
So you also studied like formal studying.
I studied with master and in Escuela de Cerámica in Manises, with monographics, and I continue studying because ceramic is very technical, and
I think every creative practice is a continuing process, and you always have something new to learn.
And I think the date when I thought, cuando piense que
you're overstudying, you just need to switch the career once again. How difficult was it to switch the careers?
For me, the difficult is hubiera sido fácil, ¿vale?
It was easy.
Easy. Come back to the advertising, ¿vale? To security with salary. Vale?
Every creative practice has its sort of risks, and it's
and
very difficult to start.
It was be strong with my decision. It's the most difficult. But I studied my Mediterranean heritage. I think that ADN Cerámico is a part of my
heritage, personal
values,
heritage,
and I studied the ceramic. I surprised me that I didn't know the heritage in ceramic.
You've learned a lot about the heritage in ceramic, but also of the region, I suppose.
Yes.
And of this Mediterranean sort of...
And I work over this pigment, technique, colors. I still with my ancestors.
Somehow every creative practice is a process of learning. Maybe people tend to be very interested in going into a creative field because it allows you to learn every day something new, and then also to learn the history of the region, and to also learn your own personal, let's say, heritage or history. And I think it's very important for creatives in general to be very curious about different aspects. Also, as you said, social innovation, health. You have all these important subjects, sustainability. And if you're not curious, it doesn't matter whether you're doing music or ceramic or anything. You just need to find your topic and your interest, and then to take it and put it in your practice.
But that's a point, a dangerous point, that when you are very curious,
you don't focus on one thing. So you need to choose your curiosity.
It's very easy lose the focus. And you need a strong base.
Yes.
Vale? To work with music or to do a sustainability project, like I have a sustainability project, but talk about my values. I work with a musician, but talk about my values.
You need to be really well prepared in what you're doing in order to tackle such subjects.
See, you need a base. My base is my heritage, Mediterranean culture, the defense to my ancestor, the symbols.
Because you felt attracted to that sort of subject.
Yeah. For me, it's the base to start to grow.
To grow, Vale. And then to maybe have other different
because
subjects.
If you are very curious,
you just go all over the place. It's important to have a lot of study and to have a formal practice, and then to choose your own path somehow. It was very inspiring, the talk with you. I'm sure also for our colleagues, especially for the ceramists in Romania. As I told you before, we also have this exhibition at Galatea Gallery, which is a gallery dedicated to local ceramists that I think everyone should visit during Romanian Design Week. Maybe we'll go there after this interview, and maybe we'll exchange some ideas, and you'll tell us a little bit more about different practices in Spain, and we can tell you a little bit more about practices in Romania. And as for the people who are listening, I think it's important to go to the Valencia World Design Capital and to see there the entire program, because besides ADN DNA ceramic is just only one of There were a lot of projects that started because this context existed. And I think that's amazing, because I'm sure you had the idea for a long time, and I'm sure that you were thinking and the need was there, and the ceramists needed to be together and to have this sort of program and this sort of project. But then maybe perhaps you also need a bigger context and to help you and to push you and to, as you were saying earlier, to put you in the international media, and because that's so important.
It's impossible without without Valencia Capital or Design Capital 2022. It's impossible. This project is impossible because they have the prestige, the support,
the media coverage.
The team is lovely.
So you need some ingredients in order to make it big and make it work. Thank you so much for coming to Romania and for visiting us.
Thank you to you.
And for having such wonderful projects. We will, for sure, search all the details regarding the entire program, and hopefully we'll also meet in Valencia. Thank you so much.
Congratulations for the...
we still have some exhibitions here to visit.
Yes, of course.
If you want,
it's amazing.
We can have some tours.
Congratulations to the team.
Thank you so much.